climate change, low productivity gap, and don't recall somebody said in terms of how TAT does it fit within the food system, the entire holistic value chain. That's where still the mandate of the TAT remained very clear and bold. So as you know, in May 2025, the CAADP declaration, it was very clear setup of bold, clear objectives moving forward. If I can mention just a few of them. In terms of CAADP strategy and action plan, including 100 billion mobilized for agriculture food system for 2026-2035, and also triple the trade and also reduce the 50% of post-harvest. So you see still the positional and the strategic support for the TAT remain and they clearly doing forward. So the mandate has been very clear, and working with the CG centers through the clearinghouse for leveraging and providing technical assistance, the design of this agriculture investment operation that are funded by the African Development Bank. As we speak now, we are proud to say that some of these other international financing institutions like Islamic Development Bank and the Asian Development Fund, Bank are also adopting the model. So that model infrastructure remain very relevant moving forward. So that's mentioning a few of the examples, and I would say just last week or 1 week ago, Angola is designing a $250 million, actually, to be specific, $232 million. And in this, it was very clear, the demand is very clear, and that's what I would say for the last couple of phase 1, phase 2, and now we're entering phase 3, it's creating the demand. And the government are asking the TAT coming to help them design this large investment project with integrating these technologies, proven technologies from the CG centers. And just to mention that they are focusing wheat, Icalda, rice, Africa rice, groundnut, sorghum and millet through ICRISAT, livestock, the youth that was very successful, soybean, cocoa. All these CG centers are being presented. And this is going on, it will keep going on. Is that still relevant? And we are very happy and proud that working with the scaling impact and being TAT institutionalized within the one CG center, one CGR is a step forward, and also the sustainability of the program. So I sometimes have a challenge when I mention a few examples with my dear DGs and of the centers. So somebody will say, no, you didn't mention this. And I pause there, and then if you go to the booth and Mane said some example, DG says some, their achievement, transformative achievement are there. And let's just sustain this moving forward. So as we speak and as being discussed in this, will happen, first of all, if we all work together, and we say under TAT, partnership matters. And we are very happy again working with the Gates Foundation. We also recognize the Republic of Germany, supported the TAT program. We are now working with the Shell Foundation, how to support the TAT program as phase 3. As you say, we have phase 1, funded by the bank together with the Gates, phase 2, and now, as the DG said last week, when Ibadan, where more than 70 participants were there, co-creation of the phase 3. And for this phase, what you are coming in as a key lesson learned from phase 1, phase 2. One, Charlotte, what you said, we need to have this evidence base, as we really want to make the real transformation on the continent. We need to base our projection or our program based on this. So IFRI already presented during the appraisal, and we are proud and that we are going to work together, especially post and ex-ante impact evaluation, and build this strong evidence base. The other lesson learned through the TAT phase 1, phase 2 was about the resilience. Yes, we are building they were increasing productivity, we are building the seed system, but how about the resilience when we go to the weather forecasts, early warning system, the small resilient small-scale irrigation, that we build this resilience to our farmers on the continent. So that one is also to guide us as we go forward under TAT 3. So the other one that is also key is as we go, as we say now, phase 1, phase 2, we have reached 25 million. But the goal was to 40 million farmers with these technologies. So working with the CG centers, not only this one tradition is we work with more CG centers, bringing this proven technology, integrate with this large-scale investment. That's how we'll be able to reach the 40 million. And it has been proven and is also working. The other one was a key lesson was also as we look at the whole food system, is the post-harvest. So as I conclude, I see my sister is looking at me like passing a message. I'm adult, I understand. So as I conclude, and I will say that the spirit of CAADP recently affirmed the Kampala calls for a new action and accountability in transforming agriculture on the continent. The task before us is monumental and very clear. We need to work and align our efforts together as we do partnership properly, addressing all these challenges we see on the continent, all of us together. That is more than a program, it's more a transformative pathways. It was very clearly discussed in this session. So the Kampala Declaration was building on a resilience and a sustainable agriculture food system in Africa. And if I quote one that was said within the CAADP, the transformative potential of emerging technologies to boost productivity and resilience in Africa agri-food system. This innovation offers powerful solution to pressing challenges such as food and nutrition insecurity and climate change on the continent. That is at the forefront. Together, we'll make it a reality as we transform in agriculture on the continent. So, together, continue work together and make this a reality, and it's very clear we can make it. Once again, thank you very much for being here this morning.
Wow. Thank you, Innocent. Thank you. I like the last statement, that as a transformative mechanism, more or less, for delivering CAADP Kampala Declaration, and we are in it together, CGIAR, as the anchor entity implementing TAT. Thank you. Please, let's clap for them as they take their seats. Thank you very much. We are very proud of you as well, Gates Foundation. Thank you for being proud of the Clearinghouse and TAT program, and for your renewed commitment for the coming years. And thanks to all of you for staying on with us. I know it's been a long session. We are rounding up now. So I'm going to invite the chief scientist of the CGIAR, Sandra, to come up. And as she's coming up, I just want to let you know that this session has been put together. Okay, this session has been put together by the Scaling for Impact program for the CGIAR. And it's the first of the series of sessions that we are having. This afternoon, we're going to have another one dedicated to the youth. It's Youth Innovation Challenge. We don't have much time to tell you about it, but we invite you to join. And some youth are coming together, and they're going to pitch the innovation that they want to implement in collaboration with the CGIAR, providing technical assistance to them. So this afternoon, 4:30 p.m., please join us. And after that, we're going to have a cocktail, Join us. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sandra.
Okay, this is the moment to close this section. And before I make my final remarks, first of all, I want to thank Olof Funke for the great facilitation. Also for the team who actually put this together. I see some of them. Please raise your hand, Nora and team and others who help. Let's thank them. Very nice. Also for our prestigious panel members for coming today. Let's thank them for that. Thank you so much for words of wisdom, very, very important. So I want to say that, conclude saying, first of all, we have a clear mission, and we need clearly to make the continent of Africa food secure and resilient. So let me give you, and the value proposition of that in the business case is not difficult to make, okay? Only in rice, and Dr. Babukar came talking about climate smart rice and the smart villages. Only in rice, this continent is spending $6 billion importing. We have similar numbers for wheat, for other very important commodities or important staple foods that people of Africa eat every day. The question is, why is not Africa producing its own food? And the answer to that, it's yes, it can. Africa continent not only can produce and become food secure, but let's just raise that bar at Lauren good mention. Let's make it to be also an exporter of food, because Africa has the potential to do it. You know, we have many, you know, of our fields with half of the potential, or even maybe a third of the potential of the yields that those crops could have. I mean, we had the example of rice, 1.3 tons, when you could be producing double, 4 tons. You know, with some technology that we already have available, some that we are still developing. Why cannot we do it? So the mission is clear, and every dollar that this continent spends in importing food, it means that it's not spending in creating the jobs for the youth and for the women in this continent, and for the men, for jobs, and basically that's the proposition. We need to address that, and moreover, the continent of Africa needs to be in the, you know, resilient and secure in food production, and it needs to, and we all collectively have that mission very clear in front of us. Okay, business case, every dollar we invest, we get is not difficult to make. Very, very easy business case we can make about that mission. Moreover, that we do it. As we go embark in this not new, but this important mission, let's make sure that we build in the legacy, great legacy that many of you have already worked on in building the systems, building new technology for agriculture. But let's make sure that we create a new future, while we take in consideration how we engage women, how we engage youth, so that they are not beneficiaries of these systems, but they are actually leaders in how they do this. We need leaders. We need more youth and women leaders in these food systems. That's for us to create. It's our mission. That's the first point I want to make. The second point is that about mechanisms and incentives. We heard a lot. What a wonderful legacy IATA, our DG, Simeon with IATA, Solomon, Noel. I mean, you guys built a fantastic mechanism here, TAT, to start scaling some of these innovations that some of them we already have. You know, so let's make sure that we continue building on those mechanisms. Now, you know, with Scaling for Impact, CGR proposition is to actually make this accessible to globally, to other countries, to other places, because it's a wonderful experience, wonderful outcomes coming from that. And we have the support of Gates, we have support of, you know, the African Development Bank to do that as well in the continent. So, and the Islamic Bank as well. So, I mean, fantastic mechanisms. But we need these type of mechanisms, we also need incentives. Now is the call for the governments sitting here in the room today. The policies that allow us to actually take these innovations and create that. Okay, so that's the second point. Mechanisms and incentives are critical for us to accomplish this mission, okay? And with that, I'll say, also comes the partnerships. You saw several folks from CGIAR coming and speaking about, many different capabilities that CGIAR can bring to the table. But CGIAR alone cannot do this. There is no way CGIAR alone. We need the national research institutes. We need the government. We need the private sector. Extremely important to do that. My third point then is about the financing. And I mean, without investment, we cannot accomplish this. Investment not only in research, but investment from the governments in agriculture, in food systems, to create jobs in food systems, to make this continent food secure, okay? We need investment, and this also comes from the private sector. We shouldn't rely only in the banks, Africa Bank, development banks. We shouldn't only rely on the governments to make those investments. We must enroll the private sector in this mission. If they have business opportunities, they will invest. I was 20 years in the private sector, involved in many investments in many different countries. The private sector will invest, but they must have, a path forward for business, because that's what sustains those sectors, okay? So this is my third point, and I want to just close with something. Why this is so important? Why making the African continent food secure is so important? And then I will just close saying a phrase that was actually shared during the World Food Prize addressment from Dr. Burlock. And he said, food is the moral right of human beings. That's why we need to do this, people. Let's do it together. Thank you.
Sandra. Thank you very much, Sandra. Please, I would like to invite all the speakers to come on stage so that we can have a group photograph. Yes, please. Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll look forward to seeing you at 4:30. 4:30 during the Youth Challenge. Please join us, and thereafter we'll have cocktail together. See you around. Thanks.